Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more Rebels, you guys. I love this show so much, and last time was no exception because we had a fantastic arc about Saw and just about all these really interesting philosophical moral questions about like what it means to be in this war and like how we go about it. And I just loved it. Like I just feel like I could write like an essay on this. I'm so engaged in the topic. And I also feel like after hearing from you guys in the comments, like I want to write the essay even more. And I did write some of you an essay. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think it was just a great thing to explore, especially on a show of this tone, because I would say we started out with, I don't know if I want to call it a lighthearted tone, because it's not like we didn't have a lot of stuff along the way. But, you know, I would say overall, especially where we started on the show, it was a little bit more of a lighthearted tone, even compared to, like, some Clone Wars that we had seen in the past. Of course, Clone Wars is kind of varied because arc to arc, you know, the tones were very different depending on like what you were watching. You know, if you're watching a Jar Jar arc, you knew what you were in for. If you were watching, you know, like one of the heavier arcs, then it was different. But anyway, my point in all that is, you know, I think it was really interesting that they chose to explore that when they could have just kind of like gone ahead and been like, okay, well, this is kind of like the tone of our show and this is what we're doing. And we're just kind of like gonna not, you know, pay attention to that other stuff. But I give them a lot of credit for bringing all aspects of what it means to be in a war into this story. And I just think it was fascinating. So, I'll just kind of briefly get into my takeaway, especially now that I've had a little bit of time to think everything over and process it. Before I do that, I do just want to say if you're joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means that you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so very much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I am glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. And if you're joining me on those YouTubes, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, guys, we had this great arc with Saw, and we're already like, I like how even before Saw got involved, we were already having these, big questions about, you know, are we doing the right thing? Like, we know it's right to fight the Empire, but it's the way that we're doing it right. Because, you know, is it enough to, like, do the quote-unquote right thing and going up against the Empire? Because the Empire doesn't care. They're not following any, you know, kind of, like, standards when it comes to... And I'll be honest with you, I can kind of see both points of view. Mon's and Saw's. And I'll just elaborate on that a little bit. When we started with the Empire, I know you guys have clued me into the fact that like there were, and we've seen this throughout all the content they've been putting out, there was actually a degree of like, people were glad about it at first. Like many in the galaxy saw it as a good thing. You know, the war was over. There was this kind of like big flourishing wave of, I guess almost kind of like a, it's weird to say it because they're not really a nations, but like a nationalism or something, you know, whatever you want to call it, patriotism of some kind, you know. It's just, there was kind of this wave of, I think, thinking that it might be okay before people were really starting to see the writing on the wall, before they really started implementing, you know, we, the audience, as soon as we saw Revenge of the Sith, knew like, oh, this is not good. Like this beginning of the end for now until like A New Hope and everything. For the actual characters, you know, I think many saw it as like a good thing. Now, we know that, you know, many in the Senate, even at the time of Revenge of the Sith, did not think it was a good thing and have been kind of like building up to more and more actively kind of trying to fight back. Some of them are doing that a little bit more on the down low, and some of them are doing it a little bit more publicly. But my point in all that is, maybe there was actually a chance, like, maybe people like Mon actually thought there was a chance at doing this kind of like the right way, or the way that would avoid unnecessary violence, bloodshed, escalating things and making it worse, you know, et cetera, et cetera. At this stage in the game, and I'm sure Saw could see all the writing on the wall, because he was fighting like way before, you know, any of that. And I feel like someone like him probably did see the writing on the wall a little bit more. And that's probably why he adopted the strategy he did, in addition to a lot of personal issues, which, you know, I won't get into because not everyone's seen Clone Wars, and that's totally fine. But he has a past, and I think that's, you know, it's suffice it to say, well, they mentioned that in Rebels too, I think. They mentioned steal it really quick. But anyway, it's really easy to sit here and be like, oh my God, Saw's way most definitely was getting it done more, because, like, I know what happens. I know that they're going to disband the Senate completely, like, very soon after this, that, like, they never really gave a hoot about keeping on the up and up or anything. It was all just kind of a farce, and when it didn't suit them anymore, you know, sorry for the noise, but I think that kind of says it all. So, and a lot of you reached out and were like, yeah, Saw's way was definitely the better way. And, like, I get that now. Honestly, I really think we're probably best off when we have both ways involved. I think a big thing that hit home for me, and I'll wrap it up because I know I'm getting long-winded here, but a big thing that hit home for me at the end of that last episode was that, like, we do need someone who's going to press on and not stop and help the people and everything, and just kind of, like, keep that almost kind of like tunnel visioned, kind of like, okay, just keep it going and, like, keep after those results, because that is working. But we also do need people to stop. Like, that actually ended up benefiting the fact that they stopped and helped people. Like, those people ended up joining the rebellion, which is really going to help us. And also, just, like, the whole point of this is for the Empire to not have a body count, to, like, put them out of commission. So, like, we need to be helping the people along the way. It's important. So I think we kind of need both. And I really hope that, you know, well, I kind of know what's happening after this, so I don't just say, like, I hope this happens, but, you know, it would be nice to be able to just kind of work in harmony, even if we disagree. And I think that's kind of where they left it. Saw was like, I'm going to double cross you if I need to, but at the end of the day, like, we're cool. Like, hope to see you again. And you guys pointed out they're actually not going to see each other again because of the events of Rogue One, so that's sad. But it was a nice send-off to Saw, Rebel style. And yeah, it didn't end with them being like, oh, that definitely wasn't the way. They were like, wow, yeah, still kind of conflicted. So just a really great arc. I've talked so long about it. I'm going to wrap it up. I can't wait for the next one. Let's get into it. Next episode of Rebels. Let's do this. Is he sleeping or meditating? He might be meditating. I gotta turn the sound up.
Ezra?
Whoa!
I saw old Joe. I heard Ryder. I think they're in trouble. It's never in the briefings anymore. No one even mentions it. We promised Ryder we'd go back.
And then Thrawn ambushed our fleet.
Yeah, we were talking about this last time.
Everyone is suffering, Ezra.
It's true. It's true. Everyone is suffering. It's true. But it doesn't lessen the suffering of the people on Lothal. It's really hard. There's no good answer here.
The Empire is beginning trials on a new version of its TIE Defender. Intel from our spies in the capital reveals the upgraded fighters.
Maybe that's why he's getting all this.
Ryder transmission from Lothal was cut off, and we haven't been able to contact him since. I have witnessed the threat of the TIE Defender firsthand. If there's been a new development with these fighters, the rebellion needs to know. I also know how important Lothal is to you, Commander Bridger.
So going to Lothal.
Volunteers.
When do I leave?
When do we leave?
Oh.
We're all going.
No way you're doing this alone.
Vizago is a criminal. He
Kel's
can't be
good.
trusted.
Vizago has a legitimate business on Lothal now.
Hi,
And who told you that?
Hondo.
Ezra.
Trust me. Vizago will get us through the Empire's blockade.
Hondo and trust in the same sense.
What are we finding? You actually found some.
Smuggle us through the blockade with your Imperial permits, and the puffer pigs are all yours.
Puffer
Made a
pigs!
fortune with the
I hope they're not gonna eat them. They're not gonna eat them, are they? Please tell me we're not making, like, puffer bacon.
You're not gonna help?
I'm not allowed near the filthy beasts. I scare them. Apparently, there's something wrong with my face.
Oh. Well, at least yours is unique.
Aww.
What is that?
You're in command of the ghost now.
I love their
Take
rapport
care of
so
her.
much.
I will want her back.
In one piece, please.
Think all the time I'm in command of it.
You? Oh, no. She was talking to me.
Why would she give the ship to you? I've
'Cause he's
commanded
Rex?
Star destroyers.
Well, I'd say you'd answered your own question then.
Fair. I mean, bitch, why don't we both be in charge? Why don't we do this together? Oh, he's got.
What's
Oh,
wrong with my hat?
he's got. Is he laughing at
What do
this?
you mean ridiculous?
Don't make me hate you again.
Oh, he's like, try it. I dare you.
Burned it all away.
They like torched it. That's oh no.
Permits are good. It's standard procedure to have a TIE fighter escort. Sometimes.
It'd be standard procedures sometimes. How many times has this happened to you?
Well, this is the first time.
And how would you know it's standard procedure sometimes?
There must be some kind of mistake.
Are you sure this is going to work?
Oh, hide with the
Much
polar
as I ever.
Peggies!
Yeah. Let me put on my useful face.
Oh, look at those little polar pigs! They're so cute! Oh no, we have scared the puffer pigs. Oh, and they're puffing. They're puffing. Because you know what? Because we wanted them to puff. That's why we heads up make the useful face.
Yeah, little piggy. Yeah. Come on.
Piggy. Oh, he's scared. Don't chase him. Oh. Oh my lord. I mean, you could die like that. That's like be an awful way to die, is being suffocated by a puffer pig.
But protect Lothal and yourself. Report rebel activity.
Oh god.
Loyalty is obedience.
You're out past curfew. Let's see some identification.
Loyalty is obedience. And they're saying that like it's a good thing. Like that's a selling point. Like this. God. I'm hearing the Imperial March. Oh god. I'm hearing the Imperial March playing. This is really bad. This is really bad. I have a bad feeling about this. Get out of there.
I thought I saw 2 citizens walk this way. You see anything?
No, not me.
Pardon me.
Listen to the extended version though. They tried to make it sound like a little cheerier. It still sounds very Imperial.
Look, if we
Is that like
walked in
all they
and walked
play?
out, it would have been suspicious. It's not like anyone's gonna recognize us.
Oh no.
Baron Valen Rudo.
Correct. Your eyes do not deceive you, young man. It is true. I am the vaunted Imperial ace, Baron Valen Rudo.
Oh.
Yeah, wow,
That's an
great.
amazing pilot.
We don't get many civilians in here anymore. You look familiar.
No, he doesn't. He does
I
not.
used to come in here when it was called Old Joe's.
I guess
Oh.
you haven't heard then. A few days ago, there was a raid on a suspected rebel cell. The ISB caught old
Who?
Joe trying to help them escape.
Joe's been
I like the way he
captured?
said Joe.
Captured and executed.
No, Joe.
It's like
Not
a ghost
Joe.
town here.
Man, they have messed this place up. Oh no. Okay, cool. We lost him.
I just realized it's been a while since we spent some time alone.
And when we do, it's in situations like this.
It's like this, yeah.
I wish I could see you.
You could always see me.
Oh my god. Whoa! Oh, dang it.
How many?
All of them, I think.
All of the speeders. This stinking war is in the way of their love story.
We better get moving.
Oh, that was such a nice
Yeah.
moment.
Gotta get moving.
You always
Shame about
gotta
old
be
Joe.
moving,
I
never
understand he's
kissing.
loved.
Thanks for the drink, Baron.
Bye, Baron.
Hey, will you get a hold of yourself?
Oh, okay. He's upset. Yeah, I mean, he just found out that his friend
Trooper,
died.
Stop them!
Right there, citizen.
What's the problem?
Oleg! Oh, buddy! I've been looking all over for you. Did you forget to pay for your drinks?
Oh my God!
I thought they were on the...
That's not one of the kids he was in the academy with, is it? Because the voice sounds really familiar. Oh, wow. Whew, he did a great save.
Welcome home.
Who are you?
You don't remember me?
Jai Kel. Yeah, it's been a while since our academy days, hasn't it?
Yeah! I knew
Got me
it
out of
by the
there.
voice.
I'll try to contact someone for a pickup.
Don't worry. We got it
Oh,
covered.
thank God. Do we? Never mind. Make a call. Oh, okay. Sweet.
There's some rebels outside. They just blew up a speeder.
Out of the way. Come on.
Rebels are that way.
There's gotta be another way.
You can always ask them.
Yeah. I guess we're doing this then. Yeah, we did this before, didn't we? This feels familiar.
Did you know this wasn't sealed?
I had no idea.
Don't worry. There are only so many places they can hide.
Oh boy. Oh no, not these things. Oh crap. Oh, it's firepower. Ah. Oh, I don't like these things at all. Little seeker droids, little jellyfish.
Is this the right way?
I don't know. I'll go take a look.
Be careful.
That's a no.
Yeah, I know. Everyone hide! Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, nicely done. But oh, crap. I guess it was the other way then. The other way was the right way. Oh, I guess all the paths were not good ones. Yeah, those things are a pain. Oh yes. Seb's gonna make sure it has a painful end.
I never thought it'd be this bad.
Ezra.
Oh,
Saw
honey.
said it. I didn't want to believe it. Lothal's gone. We already lost.
Hey, we haven't lost.
We haven't
Forget
lost.
Saw. You said as long as we're together, we've got a chance.
At
Right.
least we'll go down fighting.
There's still people there who need help.
That's my symbol.
Ryder knows that. Maybe he left a trail for us to follow.
It's
There you
pointing this
go.
way.
Let's hope.
See? Aren't you glad you didn't give up hope? Hope's all we got. We can't give up hope now.
Looks like we followed them into a trap.
Oh no, did they make a trap with their symbol on it? Or no, wait.
Chopper found it.
It's up. The answer's up.
I got it.
Nice. Yeah, we did do some little, like, force leaks. Nice. How awful must the stormtroopers be that, like, we can get them in, like, one shot and they've been firing for, like, 3 minutes and haven't landed a hit. I mean, I know that they're just exceptionally talented, but still.
It won't budge.
Somebody
Ezra,
used the
flash
force on it.
control.
Oh. Huh?
Good job, Sabine.
I didn't do
Right.
anything.
Oh, who was it?
Welcome home. Now get moving.
Yeah!
Mon Mothma sent us to help and get intel on the TIE Defender.
I'll brief you at my camp. We
Okay.
need to plan an attack on the TIE Defender factory as soon as the rest of your forces arrive.
Ryder, there won't be anyone else
This
coming.
is it.
Just us. This is how a rebellion starts. Small, with a few
Right.
people standing together. We've done it
Yeah.
before. We can do it again.
Heck yeah.
Well, we'll get a look at the new fighter tomorrow. Then we'll see if you still feel the same about our chances.
I know it's probably bad, but this is the ghost crew we're talking about. One ghost crew is like 20 regular crews. All right, guys. That was a really great episode for so many reasons on so many levels. I love that we have, you know, Ezra, who I feel like is kind of the, you know, usually I mean, we've seen him get upset and down and everything before, but he's usually like pretty optimistic. He's usually the one hyping everyone else up. And, you know, we had that moment from him here where he was just like shocked at like how bad it had gotten. He was like, I think it's beyond repair and everything. And it's like, no, it's never. A lot has happened and they've certainly trashed it. But as long as if there is one person there who wants to resist the Empire, our job's not done. Like, it's not hopeless. It's not over. You know, there's still people there who need help and who need their freedom. So, the TIE Defenders, I feel like we already know a little bit about them, right? And I feel like, yeah, it's not going to be good. But at the same time, you know, this crew is worth like dozens of other crews. So we can't really like. Their hands are tied. They can't send reinforcements. Would be too obvious. You know, it's dangerous even just sending infamous, notorious, recognizable individuals such as the Ghost Crew. But, you know, they're just so good at what they do. It's totally worth it to just have them get in and, you know, use a little subterfuge, or, you know, as long as that lasts anyway. It didn't last very long, but wow, our friend from the Academy showed up to help us. Yay. I'm glad that he's doing all right. We never really caught up with the other friend, the one who was like, I think he was like looking for his sister. I wonder if like we'll ever, you know, maybe not, maybe, you know, just to assume he's off doing his thing. I don't know if we'll ever catch back up with him, but I love that, you know, we had an action adventure episode, but we always have some great character stuff in there too, of just like Ezra, you know, finally he's been so pushing, like, please, let's go back and help them. We said we were going to help them. We never went back. And like, it's another one of those things where I get all sides of the argument, because like on the one hand, yes, everyone's suffering. We can't just like go pick and choose. It's very, very difficult. Like, we can't help everyone. So then how do we make the decision who to help? It's very, very tough. On the other hand, yeah, everyone's suffering, but like that doesn't make their suffering any better. Like, and that's his home, and it's just, he does, we know that Ezra's grown a lot, but he does for sure, you know, he's passionate. He's passionate that way, you know. He's I wouldn't say he's emotional in a bad way, but you know, he does have some of those kind of traits that Anakin had that are they're good if you keep them in check. And I feel like he is learning to do that. But, you know, he is very like, and who wouldn't, you know, like, who wouldn't be like, that's my flippin' home. Like, we have to go back there. They're like dying, you know. But, you know, it's kind of like we just go around in circles, because you could argue like, yeah, but like every place is somebody's home and every place is in trouble. So, but in this case, you know, it actually does benefit the rebellion to go and check this out because of the TIE Defenders, and, you know, just seeing Ezra, you know, learn about his friend dying, seeing how bad it's gotten. You know, it's really tough to watch him go through that, especially since we've been through a lot with him already. We also had, oh my God, we also had a pretty amazing moment. My heart was pitter-pattering for like that whole 45 seconds that we got that sweet little scene between Kanan and Hera. We had chatted about it a little while back where they kind of had this like tiny little flirty scene with them, and she was kind of like a little distant and he was kind of flirty, and it sparked this discussion of like, what are they exactly? And I had kind of always assumed they were together, but we've never, you know, like, it's not like we can go on dates and stuff exactly. Like, we're just always, you know, even if they're together, the rebellion is like top priority, and that's hard in a relationship. And it's really hard to do anything that, you know, just past just being together, basically. But that little moment where they're like alone together, and oh my God, worst timing ever. But I think that's a good summation of probably like their whole relationship. they care for each other so greatly. And her line of like, you always saw me. Oh my God. It's so good. When Star Wars does romance, I feel like 9 times out of 10, they really knock it out of the park. And that was just so sweet. Like I said, like that just like minute or 45-second scene was just so well done. It means so much more to me than the small amount of time that we got with it. But yeah, like that's a good way to sum up their whole relationship. I feel like it's like this close, and they know how much they care about each other, and they know how they feel, and they're like aware of that, but like the fight always comes first. I hope they get a chance to be together once, I don't know, like where we're gonna leave things and everything. I don't think we're gonna get to see them like into, like we're not gonna be with them till like the point of Return of the Jedi, you know what I mean? Like this is probably gonna end, I think, like as New Hope begins. So we'll never really get to see probably, you know, them when everything's over and we've won. But I'm gonna hope that like when it's all said and done, just have their happy ending, go off to the sunset, and none of them better die. Oh my God. It's there in the back of my mind, you guys. We're closing in on the finale, and so help me. That's all I'm going to say. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up because I talked a lot at the beginning, and you probably don't want to hear me talk anymore, but I love that episode. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, oh my goodness. So part 2 of this story, please don't miss it. I know I'm going to need your help, so be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.